Greetings and welcome to the Rise Up Mama podcast. My name's Vanessa and I help busy women, especially mums, to feel more confident. I do this by showing you simple ways to improve and maintain your health and wellness through positive mindset development. I also show you practical ways of making long-lasting changes around your busy lifestyle. One of my clients said, Vanessa is motivating, supportive, and knows her stuff to be able to guide you. If you're tuning in for the first time, then I'm on a challenge set by my online marketing coach where I have to produce an audio recording every day for 1 year. If you're returning to this podcast, then thank you so much for supporting what I am doing here. Your support and your comments and appreciation really makes my day. Thank you. Well, it's day 19 and today I'm going to talk to you about focusing on your self-care. And if you do this, you can stop feeling guilty about taking time to prioritize your needs. Just to put it in context, last week I received a message from my divine guidance team that I need to focus on my self-care. Well, to be quite honest with you, at first I was a little confused because I have great nutrition every day, I take regular moderate exercise, I focus on my hydration, and I thought to myself, well, what else could I be improving on? But actually, there's so much more that I could be improving on. And I'll tell you about that later. But what is self-care? Well, it's forming healthy habits and not just simply improving or treating yourself once in a while. So self-care is any activity that you're doing, I would say daily, to take care of your mental, emotional, and physical health. Let's just have a look at where you can start. Now, you may already be doing some of these things already, which is fantastic. But if you're struggling to find a self-care routine, I just want to share some things with you here. I would suggest that you stick to the basics. You need to find out what is going to work for you. Obviously, if you're caring for your family, maybe you may be working as well. You may be running a business. Self-care and the routine of self-care has to fit in around your existing commitments. It might be an idea to make a plan. I like to do a timetable for myself, particularly around my exercise. At the moment, I'm just putting it into my calendar. But before the week's ended, looking ahead, I actually put in my calendar when I'm going to go to the gym, for example, because we're living in times where you have to book into the gym, or if I'm going to go for a jog with my accountability buddy. So make a plan. Also, what you can do is create a list of the things that you no longer want in your life. So this podcast is being recorded after an episode that I did, which was about eliminating negative habits. So there may be some habits that you've got at the moment that you're not particularly happy with. I would suggest that you actually take responsibility, which is part of self-care, and create a list and really identify what you're no longer willing to put up with in your life. On a practical level, you need great nutrition. You need a healthy diet. If you're wanting some support around nutritional supplements and how you can actually incorporate fantastic nutrition into your meals and make meals a lot more fun and healthy, then please give me a call and I will talk you through some options. You really do need a good sleep routine. So, the body needs 7 to 8 hours a day because the body has so much to do when you're asleep. The repair and the repair functions that happen during your sleep are astounding. So you do need to focus on that. I would also suggest that you do something that you love to do anyway every day. So for myself, dancing is definitely something that I just love doing. So, my salsa music goes on I make sure that I have a dance in the kitchen. I can't wait to actually purchase some new dance shoes and get back dancing. But that's just me. You could think about something else. You may be a runner. You may be somebody who likes to do yoga. Whatever works for you, try and do it every day. I would suggest that you create opportunities to have fun. So here's a little tip that I have. In terms of doing my squats, I aim to do 100 squats throughout the day. Now, clearly, I don't actually do 100 squats like in the morning. I'm not going to say that I do. What I'll do is I'll break it up to 25 squats throughout the day, and I have a timer on my telephone. And what I like to do is actually count. Well, as I'm doing the squats, I'll let my little toddler see me, and I'll start counting, which is great because it means that he's learning his numbers and he's seeing me stay active. So, try and make these things fun. You can also plan a self-care trip. This is where you're going to disconnect from the chaos and the busyness and the responsibilities and relax and rejuvenate. So yes, we are living in times where for some people having a trip may not be that easy, but you can plan a camping trip, or if it's not possible to physically get away, then just organise a lovely pamper night for yourself. And again, if you need some ideas around that, then part of the nutritional products that I promote and I distribute is also a fantastic skincare range. So please do speak to me about that as well. So what do I do in terms of looking at self-care? I'm going to talk to you now about my self-care routine, as it were, in the area of mental health, emotional health, and also physical health. So I'm starting with mental health. So one of the things that I do, which is fantastic for my mental health, and it's a daily discipline. Obviously, there are days when I'm not able to do this, but it becomes part of my routine, and I've done it for years. It's journaling. So I've already done a podcast about journaling. You can go on the YouTube channel and you will be able to find that particular episode, or on the Spreaker platform and find that episode. So with my journaling, I will do affirmations in there, and I will also write down the things that I'm grateful about. I love listening to personal development. It is critical for my self-care. You've got to think about your mental health in a sense of you are a gardener and you are taking care of the garden. If you're going to neglect to do the weeding in your garden's going to be full of weeds. So personal development helps you to put some fantastic ideas, inspiration. Even I would say that, my aspiration for this podcast is to be like personal development. So if you're tuning into me, then hopefully I'm adding value and giving you some good ideas. Personally, I love to learn more about metaphysics. So with my coaching style, I actually do talk about metaphysics a lot. When you sit down with me on a one-to-one, many of the action points that I will be talking to you about will be from a metaphysical perspective. Exercise is a physical activity, but it has a boost on my mental health. Positive relationships in my home, work and business are a must for me. So within the home, it's Mark, it's our son Zenta, and we have a little cat, Pebbles. We've even got another cat who seems to be wanting to hang around with us lately. Yes, I am working at home online, but it's about having positive relationships even during Zoom calls. And when I'm getting out and about, which I'm sure that will be happening more, trying to make sure that I'm hanging around with people or meeting with people who I feel that I'm energetically aligned to, so that we can continue to have a positive relationship. Recognizing progress within my business is something that is a boost for my self-care. So obviously I'm working on my business. This is part of my marketing activities. And when I see that what I am implementing is working, obviously it feels good. So it helps me to stay consistent and motivated to carry on. Studying and reading is part of my mental self-care. Sorry, the cat's just popped her head at the window there and she threw me off. And writing my blog, which I haven't really done that much of, but I do have to prepare for this podcast. So I have to do research for the podcast. So this is great. I love it. And it's part of my mental health self-care. And staying organised is really giving me a boost. And I've noticed that since I've actually purchased a diary, not just having the electronic diary on my phone, just being organised in my calendar is bringing me blessings every day. So I'm so grateful for that, which is obviously a boost to mental health. In terms of emotional self-care, meditation is there, but I will say it is not as often as it should be. I really need to focus on this, and it's all about looking at my routine. So for yourself, if you feel that you're busy, then try and find 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Ideally with meditation, you are going to feel the benefit if you can actually have around 20 to 30 minutes, even 20 minutes. Okay, so let's just say we're going for 20 minutes, but it will really help you on an emotional scale, and also from a metaphysical perspective, when you've actually sent out some visualizations of the things that you wanting to manifest in your life. When you meditate, it does help to speed up the process. So this is why I really should need to find time to do it, because I've put some fantastic rockets of desire out into the universe. So I want to see those manifesting as quickly as possible. Now, learning to say no is something that we all should be doing. And if you are able to do this, you will feel more confident. I feel that I'm quite okay at doing that. You know, as women, we do tend to give, and we can be caring. You know, I don't want to generalize, but this is where most women, most of my clients say that for them, they're feeling overwhelmed because they're giving so much to others. But learning to say no is a really good thing, and that's going to give you an emotional boost. And also, if you actually set out your intention and you schedule your self-care, that's going to be good for you on an emotional level, because then you know that you are actually loving yourself because you have allowed that time within your day to say, no, this is for me. So finally, just going to talk you through some ideas around the physical self-care, which I'm doing. Now, boosting your gut health is something that we all need to focus on. And again, if you're wanting some help with that, I've just discovered today that the company that I distribute nutritional products for, we have just released a new product for gut health. So I'm so excited about that, and I'm really excited to try it as well, because if you have fantastic gut health, this is going to have a positive impact on your health, your well-being, and your vitality. So they say that the gut is like the second brain. We really need to keep your digestive system and your gut really healthy. Okay, so physical self-care, obviously exercise daily, but look at the type of exercise you are doing. So you've got moderate exercise such as walking, but don't forget the stretching. Somebody like myself who's used to kickboxing, stretching is definitely part of that routine when we're in the dojo. If you listen to the podcast I did the last one, which was about, I can't remember the title now, but I was actually saying that I'm really missing kickboxing, and it is because of the amount of stretching that I do within that session. You've got high intensity, so you know you really want to get your body into the fat burning zone. Go for a brisk walk, so not a moderate slow walk, but brisk walk if you feel like you can't jog. If you can jog, do some jogging. If you can do something like aerobics, that's fantastic. If you can ride a bike, ride a bike. You know, something that's really going to get the heart pumping. And don't forget about weight training and lifting those weights. So, finally, on physical care, it's obvious, but just as a reminder, you must eat well. So some of the most amazing self-care foods include fatty fish, blueberries, nuts, green leafy veggies, and broccoli. So, most of us have access to this type of food. You've just got to be consistent in ensuring that you are regularly consuming great nutrition and healthy food. So, just to wrap this up, you must, and I really will say must, look for small ways to incorporate self-care into your everyday life. It's so important. Please don't neglect yourself. You must love yourself more. Think about how you can make small changes around your busy lifestyle. So you've heard me talk about meditation. It is something that I'm going to really seriously think about. Where can I get those 20 minutes? My self-care routine on a personal level is great in the morning. Okay, so I've told you many times, it involves journaling, it involves walking, it involves being organised. In the evening is what I am improving on, and it has been okay. Okay, so the evening routine, because I'm getting ready to actually use a journal, which is really recording my feelings. The journal has a section about the evening. So I'm going to start documenting how I feel in the journal from May. So I'm just using this time now to really get my evening routine sorted, and it is working out lovely. Now, if you are somebody that's saying, gosh, Vanessa, all of that sounds great, but do you know what happens to me? I do these things and then I fall off. I just can't get into it, or I can't keep things going. Then I have a brilliant solution for you. I have a group coaching and accountability club called My Happiness Habits. It's absolutely fantastic. We are women. We get together in a WhatsApp community, and then monthly on Zoom, you will have a clarity call with me, which really helps you to identify how things are going after taking something called a life satisfaction quiz. And then we sit down in a clarity call, we talk about things, we put an action plan together. And then from that action plan, it gives me an opportunity to personalize some worksheets for you, which you work on your own, and then you bring that back to the group. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm loving the coordination and also coaching amazing women who already, after 2 weeks, are seeing breakthroughs in their habits. So they are creating happiness habits, and they love to share their good news. Now, I'm offering you a 14-day free trial of the happiness habits. So if you would like to try out, to give this a road test for yourself, you will have the clarity call. All you need to do is click on the link, which is posted underneath the platform that you are listening to this audio on. Have an online conversation with me, and within literally a matter of hours, you will be in the WhatsApp group, and the day after, you'll receive your action plan, and we can really start to get things moving. Anyway, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's episode. As usual, I have no idea what I will be talking to you about tomorrow. Actually, I do know what I'm talking to you about tomorrow, but I'm going to keep it a surprise. Make sure you tune in for the next episode with me, and I will see you there. Take care and goodbye. Bye.